Welcome to the Flag Files, telling history through fabric and form. You've seen Portugal's green and red flag, but it wasn't always this way. From Crusader banners to royal emblems and beyond, here's how Portugal's flag evolved through the centuries. The earliest symbol linked to what would become Portugal dates back to Henry of Burgundy, Count of Portugal, from 1095. He's often shown with a blue cross on a white field, though no direct sources confirm this. The design gained popularity much later, promoted under Portugal's 20th century Estado Novo regime. His son, Afonso Henriques, declared himself King of Portugal in 1139 after the Battle of Ourique. To mark his new status, he reportedly added silver bezants, small circular elements, arranged in a cross over the original design. These may have symbolized his right to mint currency, a key power of independent rulers. By the late 12th century, through wear and battlefield damage, the original cross had deteriorated, leaving only the shapes held by the bezants. This unintentional effect led to a new heraldic form: 5 blue shields arranged in a cross, each filled with 11 silver bezants. These became known as the quinas, from the Portuguese word for 5, forming the foundation of Portugal's modern coat of arms. In 1248, Afonso III became King of Portugal. But as a younger son, heraldic tradition required him to modify his father's arms. He introduced a red border filled with yellow castles, a design likely inspired by his Castilian family ties rather than military conquest. The inner shield retained the 5 blue quinas from earlier kings, though the number of silver bezants inside them still varied, sometimes 7, 11, or more. This design remained largely unchanged for over a century, until the end of the First Dynasty in 1383. After the Battle of Aljubarrota, John I of Aviz took the throne and added a green Aviz cross to the red border, a nod to his military order. This also standardized the layout: 12 castles around the edges and 7 bezants per shield. In 1485, his great-grandson John II made lasting changes. He removed the Aviz cross, refined the shield layout, and set the now familiar rule of 5 bezants per quina, arranged in an X. He also fixed the number of castles at 7, as seen on the Portuguese flag today. John II's version was the final armorial banner used as a national flag before a more modern symbolic flag system began. In 1495, Manuel I became king and introduced a major format change. Portugal's traditional square banner was replaced by a rectangular flag with a coat of arms at the center. The shield now appeared in a more modern ogival shape, topped with an open royal crown and set on a plain white background. Manuel also popularized the armillary sphere, which appeared on his personal standard, linking Portugal's maritime expansion to its royal identity. Under John III in 1521, the flag changed slightly again. The shield became rounded, and the number of castles was adjusted to 7, aligning with later standards. By 1578, just before the disastrous Battle of Alcázar Quibir, the crown was updated to a closed 3-arch style, signaling greater royal authority. Following the king's death, Portugal entered a dynastic crisis, and in 1580 came under Spanish rule via Philip II, forming the Iberian Union. Though Portugal remained autonomous, the flag from Sebastian's reign, with the closed crown and shield, continued to be used. In 1640, Portugal regained independence with the rise of John IV of Braganza. He made minor tweaks to the flag, including a new shield shape, and for the first time, the royal arms and national arms were used separately, a distinction that would influence future designs. When Peter II became king in 1667, he updated the crown on the flag to a more elaborate five-arched version, aligning with European trends of the time. His son, John V, further transformed the flag after 1707. Inspired by the opulence of Louis XIV's France, he added a red beret under the crown and introduced multiple shield shapes into the flag, round, oval, French, and Italian styles, reflecting Portugal's absolute monarchy and artistic influences. During this period, the white flag with the royal coat of arms was restricted to warships. A 1692 ordinance banned its use on merchant vessels, which instead flew green and white striped flags, Portugal's recognized national colors at the time. These colors were also used in naval pennants and commission flags. In 1707, when Napoleon invaded, the royal court relocated to Brazil. By 1815, Brazil had been elevated to kingdom status, forming the United Kingdom of Portugal, Brazil, and the Algarves. A new royal coat of arms was introduced, Portugal's traditional shield placed over a blue armillary sphere on a gold field, symbolizing Brazil, all beneath the beret-topped five-arched crown. This new emblem appeared on Portuguese flags until 1826, even after Brazil declared independence. Only after João VI's death was the armillary sphere removed and the older coat of arms reinstated. After King João VI died in 1826, his son Pedro, already Emperor of Brazil, briefly became Pedro IV of Portugal. He soon abdicated in favor of his daughter Maria de Gloria, naming his brother Miguel as her regent and future husband. But Miguel broke the deal. In 1828, he seized the throne, abolished the liberal constitution, and ruled as an absolute monarch. This sparked the Liberal Wars, a civil conflict between monarchists and constitutional liberals. Exiled liberals, based on the island of Terceira, created a new flag to represent their cause. It featured a vertical blue and white bicolor, replacing the older royal standard. The armillary sphere, a symbol tied to Brazil, was removed, and the traditional Portuguese shield was centered between the colors. A variant of this flag became the naval ensign, with blue covering 1/3 and white 2/3 of the field. After Miguel's defeat in 1834, Queen Maria II returned to power. The liberal flag was raised in Lisbon and adopted as the new national flag of Portugal. It would remain in use for 8 decades, until the Republican Revolution of 1910 brought the monarchy to an end. The Republican Revolution of 1910 overthrew the Portuguese monarchy, and with it, the royal symbols, including the blue and white flag. The new government wanted a fresh national flag, but the choice of colors sparked debate. Traditionalists supported blue and white, long associated with monarchy and religion. Republicans, however, pushed for red and green, the colors of their revolutionary movement. A commission of artists, politicians, and military leaders selected the red and green bicolor, red for struggle, courage, and victory, green for hope, and the 1891 uprising in Porto. The Portuguese shield was kept and placed over a golden armillary sphere, symbolizing the nation's maritime legacy. The new flag was raised for the first time on December 1st, 1910, at the Restauradores Monument in Lisbon and distributed to schools to promote national unity. Though controversial at first, this design became the official flag of the Portuguese Republic and remains so to this day. That's it for this episode of Flag Files. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with a new flag and a new story. Until then, take care.